To the next one is a response to the statement by the Honorable Wamboka, member for Bumula. Honorable members, I see that today there are many members who sought to give a statement and they are not present. Then in other cases, the chairpersons are missing. So I think the substantive speaker has pronounced himself severally on this issue. We move to the next one is a response to the statement by the Honorable Wamboka, member for Bumula. Do you have a response, Chairperson for Defense, Intelligence and Foreign Affairs?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Yes, I do have a response. And my response is as follows. Madam Speaker, the member of Bumula constituency, Honorable Waname Wamboka, sought for a statement pursuant to Standing Order 42, 2C, on the disparities in the Kenya Defense Forces recruitment. He specifically raised the following concerns in his request. Number one, the reasons behind the rampant irregularities during KDF recruitment. Number two is a comprehensive list of youth who were recruited in the last recruitment per sub-county, including those who claimed to have hailed from Bumula constituency. And number three, steps taken by the ministry to ensure that future recruitment processes are fair and transparent. Madam Speaker, the committee engaged the Ministry of Defense and above concerns by Honorable Waname Wamboka, on the above concerns by Honorable Waname Wamboka, and I therefore wish to respond to the issues as follows. Number one, on the reasons behind the rampant irregularities during KDF recruitment. Factors contributing to the perceived prevalence of irregularities during KDF recruitment include the systematic and cultural tendencies within segments of population that seeks to manipulate the process through various methods, including bribery, extortion, and intimidation. The ministry upholds a strict zero-tolerance policy regarding such conduct. And question number two, on a comprehensive list of youth that were recruited in the last recruitment per sub-county, including those who claimed to have hailed from Bumula constituency. The response will be, Madam Speaker, in the most recent KDF recruitment drive carried out in 2023, 14 individuals from Bumula constituency were recruited, 12 male and 2 female. Number three, steps taken by the ministry to ensure that future recruitment processes are fair and transparent. The response will be, the ministry continues to ensure that KDF recruitments remain a fair and transparent process through civic sensitization and mass media information to curb recurrent malpractices. I submit and I thank you, Honorable Madam Speaker.
Honorable Wamboka, are you satisfied with the response?
Honorable Speaker, definitely not. The gist of this question was that people were recruited in Bumula constituency and they did not come from Bumula constituency. I went and engaged my administrative officers, the chief, Madam Lucy Makoha, for instance, Assistant Chief Ruben, and all the village elders. They do not know any one person who was recruited from Kimaeti sub-county. And that is the gist of this question. What I expected from the chair, who is my good friend and my namesake, is that you give me the names that you purport were recruitees of Bumula constituency, which you have not. Mr. Chairman, number two, on a comprehensive, just a minute. My question number two was a comprehensive list of the youth that were recruited. How do you understand that question, Honorable Chair? Honorable Speaker, this clearly, the chairman is trying to hide something. He knows the truth that Bumula was disadvantaged, just like many other constituencies in this republic, and he's trying to cover it up. Please do not politicize the military of Kenya. It may be the only thing that is remaining professionally in this republic. We want fairness. We want every corner of this country, every sub-county to feel part and parcel of that institution. So, Honorable Speaker, of course my question was not answered. I do not have the list. I need to see the list so that I disapprove the chairman that those people he has in the name of Bumula constituency do not come from Bumula constituency. Thank you.
Do you have an answer, Honorable Koech? One more. Okay, allow, you have a point of order, Honorable Milema?
Thank you. On a point of order, just to emphasize, it's a matter that the chair can take very seriously. Because I had a similar situation. And I have to explain it well, Honorable Speaker. When our former senior colleague was still under that particular ministry. And the names of the people who are recruited in the armed forces, Honorable Speaker, from Emuhaya, were not from Emuhaya. And you know that it's so glaring, it has to be said, that even the officers working under the provincial administration, Ngao, they know that some syndicate somewhat is happening where these names can be mopped up and be fitted from a certain constituency and go away. So at the end of the day, the celebrated quarter, Honorable Speaker, which would want all departments to adopt, whether it's the Ministry of Roads, the Ministry of Energy, and now the Armed Forces, Police, and even the NYS, Chair, is not being followed, and therefore that emphasis should make you, as you go back to look at your research, to look at the holistic picture in many of our constituencies. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Koech, Chairperson.
Madam Speaker, now that two members have raised this issue, let me first say that maybe, Honorable Wamboka, it would have been easier if you had given me the names of those you think are not from your constituency. But number two, as a matter of concern, because now it looks like it touches on most members of parliament, I'll take a step further to make sure that as members are requesting that there might have been recruitment that have been done in different sub-counties, but the names really are not from those sub-counties, to make sure that that anomaly is worked on, because whatever has happened now, and make sure that in future recruitments, if it is for Emuhaya, for instance, we make sure that all the 14 names, like has been provided now, are from that constituency as indicated. Because it will be a lie then to say you are, for instance, going to have recruitment in Bumula and go and get people from Shinyalu, register in Bumula and be employed from Bumula. So I will take that matter up. And if Honorable Wamboka has more questions in regards to that and the names as he's requesting, I will then put the question to him, which of the names of the 14 that were recruited are not from his constituency.
Member from Bumula, do you have the list? You were given the list.
Honorable Speaker, National Assembly has asked the ministry to provide the names of the people they recruited in Bumula constituency. For crying out loud, why is the chairman passing back the ball to me? Because he knows he cannot produce those names, Honorable Speaker. And now, the chairman says, this is now a bygone, that it has passed. I find that too unreasonable, Honorable Speaker. Because this is how constituencies, different constituencies have been missing out, while others continue employing more people. It beats logic, Madam Speaker. Why would you pick children from Garissa constituency, for instance, and come and recruit them through Bumula constituency? Why would you pick Kiambu children to come and recruit them through Emuhaya constituency? And now that he is admitting that it has happened, what measures do we have to put in place to ensure that those constituencies who suffered are restituted? What do we do to ensure that the missing slots that Bumula has been experiencing has them? What do we do, Mr. Chairman? What do we do? And this is not just 2023. This goes down to so many years of recruitment that some constituencies have not been producing children in the military. That is why, Honorable Speaker, you realize that the military is continually being politicized. That you cannot feel part and parcel of this country because of such things. The net effect, Honorable Speaker, of not recruiting children from every constituency, it means that progressively, when these people grow up the ladder, when they climb above that ladder, when they reach promotions, we will not have children from Emuhaya, from Bumula getting promoted. When now it gets to leadership of the military, you will not get people from those regions getting positions of military, of leadership in the military. And it is so unfair. It goes against the Constitution of Kenya, Honorable Speaker.
So
the chairman is out of order. Can he tell this House when is he producing the names of the people who are recruited from Bumula constituency? Yeah, he's out of order. Mr. Chairman, you are out of order. And could you please take this House serious?
That's my prerogative, Honorable Wamboka, to declare him out of order, not yourself. But I'll give Honorable Russo, who has a point of order, and then I'll come to you, Honorable Koech.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable colleague who has just raised this very important question, he said the military is politicized. I think that is far from the truth. The military has recruitment centers. And even with the new sub-counties coming up, then it means there are more recruiting centers that are coming up in the military. But what is important and what he has raised is those recruiting officers in those recruiting centers must identify those young men and women who are coming to be recruited, that they actually come from those locations and sub-locations within that sub-county. I think what the honorable member from Bumula has suffered is potentially people moving from different places because of population or because of looking that it is easier to get employed or recruited there. But I believe the honorable chair has a task to make sure that the few who are being recruited from different sub-counties and constituencies are actually the bona fide residents of those areas, so that no area is unfairly disadvantaged. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
I think the Honorable Chairperson, maybe it's easier that if you can't read out the names here, you can always provide them. Yes, provide them to the member, and then you can then come back and report to the House. And
I think, let me just, Honorable Wamboka, don't be emotional about it. I understand your pain and I really understand your concern. Madam Speaker, it is also not fair for me to bring the names of all the recruits that were picked from Bumula constituency. It is only fair if you said you want to engage with the Ministry of Defense to understand how it was done in Bumula constituency, and they can do it in private. Because also, these are Kenyans, these are people, and it is important that we keep them as private as possible. So I understand your pain, and I want to promise you that I will deal with it. And if I beg your indulgence, if you accept, I'll take the matter up and proceed and request the Ministry of Defense to invite you to explain to you how the recruitment was done in your constituency.
I think we have belabored this point, Honorable Wamboka. Yes. Honorable Wamboka, I'm helping you here so that you can get a resolution. Honorable Wamboka, I will help you get a resolution. Usually, the names are published in the dailies. Isn't that right? Honorable Chairperson, the names are normally published in the dailies. Per constituency? Let's proceed, Honorable Wamboka. I'll give you a minute before we... Okay, there's a point of order here, Honorable Wamboka. Honorable Wamboka, before you proceed, Honorable Wamboka, I'll give you a chance to proceed. Let's take the point of order from Honorable Pukosa, then we'll come to you.
Okay.
Madam Speaker, I need guidance from your chair because military is a very sensitive and it deals with the security of this country. Exposing the names of the military officers publicly affects the integrity and the security of the nation. And I think, yes, I think saying that you want the names from all over the country, I think we are playing into a very dangerous game. And therefore, if we want to speak, if we want to be specific to Bumula Aron, then that can be at that.
Yes. And Honorable Wamboka, what we were saying is, and which is what the chairperson offered, is that you can have a meeting with him as representative of the people of Bumula, engage with the military, go through that list, and give them sufficient facts to confirm that those persons are not from Bumula constituency. I am sure that going forward, they shall ensure that the next recruitment will ensure that people from Bumula will be taken. So I think that way your problem will be resolved.
No.
Because I think at the end of the day, you just want to be able to prove to them that those persons are not from Bumula and ensure that going forward, they shall have a better system of counter-checking where persons can be declared to come from Bumula. And I think that is something that can be resolved. And then you can later come back to the House and confirm that the matter has been resolved. Is that not the... Are you happy with that?
Give me the mic. Honorable Speaker, I have a problem. When the chairman of Defense Committee wants to hide behind your chair, this is the National Assembly. These people were recruited publicly and during the day. Honorable Speaker, this is the National Assembly. There is no other house that is supreme, more supreme than this house. Honorable Speaker, that the Ministry of Defense went and recruited, in the name of recruiting people from Bumula, brought other people. And that is the reason why he has not given those names, Honorable Speaker. And it is a question addressed to him. Why should I have to go to meet the minister in camera? No, I refuse to do so. This is the National Assembly of the Republic of Kenya. Honorable Speaker, we have asked the chairman to produce the people that were purportedly recruited in the Bumula constituency. It is period. We have honorable members who are also have the same problem, Honorable Speaker. My next problem, Madam Speaker, is that we just move forward like that. How? How do we move forward when constituency A has 20 people in the recruitment, while constituency Bumula B has 0? Continually, Bumula is disenfranchised. We cannot proceed like that, Honorable Speaker. And that is why we are saying we will not go to see the minister. The chair has to give the names of those people that were recruited in this house. This question was asked in this house, Honorable Speaker.
I think the chairperson is not saying he won't give the names. He's just saying it's prejudicial to make the names public, considering they're already in the military. That was the issue that he was raising. What's your point of order, Honorable Farah?
Wamboka is my very good friend. But my point of order is this. And for the benefit of the House itself, you cannot discuss anything to do with ordinances, the weapons, the number of forces we have, the names of anything of our security forces. That is a strategic matter. Order. It's a... That... Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker.
Allow him, Honorable
My point of order.
Just allow him to prosecute. You'll have a chance to respond. Order, honorable members. Honorable members, you will have an opportunity to respond.
My point of order, Mr. Speaker, can I explain? Can I explain?
Honorable
Do you want to listen or you want to
Wamboka,
shout?
order, honorable members. Honorable Wamboka, we've given you so much. Hold on. Honorable Wamboka, we have given you great opportunity to prosecute your case. We are still prosecuting your case. You have not been gagged. Honorable Clive, if you have something to say, you can rise on a point of order and speak to it, but not heckle from your seats, because that way we will not make progress. He's allowed to give, let each member say their part. Then we can proceed, whether you disagree with it. Because how would you feel, Honorable Clive, when you will want to say something, if other people agree and heckle, how will you feel? Let everyone have their say. It doesn't necessarily mean that other people can speak and others cannot. So proceed, Honorable Farah.
Can I have it? I am not in any way negating what somebody feels should be done. But I'm talking from the traditions of the House. If you want to discuss a matter that's of national security, you seek an appointment, you have the House in camera. And only then, listen, we have a nation and a sovereign state called Kenya, which belongs to all of us. There is no way in the world. No, I am on a point of, can I finish my point of order? You cannot discuss, and you are lucky because if I was on the chair there, I would throw you out if you insist on that. Thank you.
Honorable Chairperson of the committee, because that's the person whose the question was directed at. Proceed. Honorable Elachi, stand down. No, I'm not giving you an opportunity.
I have listened to members.
I have given this position to the chairperson.
Let's end it there. I want to promise that I will invite all the members that have issues with the recruitment before the committee. It will be held in camera, like has been said by the Deputy Speaker. And I think all the issues that you've raised will be dealt with at that point.
Okay, let us proceed. We already have a conclusion. Yes, sir. Honorable Karoli, what did you want to say? I know you had your hand up earlier.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity. I think we are not being very judicious in the way we are handling this matter. We are dealing with recruitment. We are not dealing with military operations. We are dealing with a process that is guaranteed under Article 10, our national values of transparency and accountability. Article 35, Article 231, 1J of our Constitution guarantees, and Section 18 of Parliamentary Powers and Privileges gives this House the power to ask for the information that the honorable members ask. We cannot hide behind mere statements. There is nothing posing security risk to the Republic of Kenya by disclosing the names of the people who are recruited under fraudulent circumstances. Actually, a crime has been committed, and this House cannot shield commission of a crime. When you deny people their rightful chance to be recruited in KDF in their sub-counties by importing other people and then claiming that there is some security issue about it. A crime has been committed. It is fraud.
Okay,
and this House has the power to...
Honorable Karoli, you are speaking as if it has already been confirmed that a fraud did take place. There's been an allegation by Honorable Wamboka. What we want to do is try and confirm that what Honorable Wamboka is saying is correct. Then only at that time shall the names be brought out in public. So we've given an opportunity for the matter to be resolved between the concerned sub-counties and the security forces. And Honorable Karoli, we're not talking about ongoing recruitment, we are talking about post-recruitment. These are persons who have already been recruited. So Honorable Karoli, shut up, Karoli, please. I've said that the matter we are trying to get a situation, honorable members. Oh yes, my apologies, because he has been shouting. Honorable members, we are working towards a resolution which will allow the names to come to the House. We are not directly allowing the names now until some preliminary investigations and gathering of information has happened. And Honorable Karoli, you were speaking even when I hadn't given you the mic. So you were out of order. That's why I could use that language on you. So let us proceed. Honorable Wamboka, your matter is under investigation. We have not closed the matter. It will come back to the House. So even now, if we proceed to discuss it, we are only speculating. Can we get an opportunity when actual facts, absent of speculations, can be brought to the House? And I will rule that this matter shall be brought back to the House after further consultations with the committee. That is the end of this matter. Let's move to the next order. I think there was a statement, an answer to the statement by that came from Honorable Titus Lotte. What is your point of order? I didn't know you have a point of order. Honorable Omola Otiende, don't be angry. You don't have to get upset. I didn't know it was a point of order. I thought you were part of the heckling. Okay, proceed with your point of order.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I respect your ruling and guidance. Since the point of order is directed for your guidance, Madam Speaker, I respect your ruling and guidance that the matter will be discussed further. There's only one problem, that, Madam Speaker, you are leaving it at a point where the chair has said that they will invite Honorable Wamboka and any other member with an issue to the committee. That's the problem. Madam Speaker, when a member poses a question here and many members find it affects them, usually they await the answer instead of everyone bringing the same question. So we were awaiting the answer on this. Madam Speaker, it is grossly inaccurate for the Honorable Deputy Speaker, Second Deputy Speaker Malim, to misguide the House, and it goes unchallenged. There is nothing in the KDF Act that prevents a disclosure of the names of persons who are recruited. The same way, Madam Speaker, before deployment of our forces anywhere, it's usually brought to this House to approve. There are things that cannot be disclosed, but recruitment is not one of them. We are just in a process where this House impeached the Deputy President for such practices. How can we then say that we do not want, and when we want to know how people have been recruited, then it is secret? We want to know, not just the KDF, not just the police, not just the teachers, all of us, because we represent constituencies. The answers should always be brought here. Madam Speaker, I urge you, in line with your ruling, to guide that when the matter comes back, the chair should be prepared to indicate for all of us, for our benefit, who was recruited in which constituency. You know, we are not even going to the issue of how many people do we have in the defense forces. We are only talking about the last recruitment. What is secret about that? What is the national security on Ombosoro, knowing that my constituent was not recruited in his constituency by fraud, and vice versa? It is accountability. It is in line with Article 47 of the Constitution. The Access to Information Act actually requires that such information should be availed even before it is sought. So when it is sought, I'm afraid that the chair of the committee ought to bring it to us. I so humbly submit, Madam Speaker.
Honorable members, I think let us stay focused that this issue is relating to a matter that was raised by the Honorable Member for Bumula. The Honorable Member for Bumula has raised very serious concerns. We have said, let us find a methodology that is easy and efficient for him to get his answer accurately. That's why we are going in this direction. And we have said, we are not closing the matter. The matter shall be reported back to the House at the appropriate time. So we are not closing it. So right now, yes, that's now a valid question. What are the timelines? So the Honorable Chairperson for the Departmental Committee for Defense should tell us